to WRPB and WRP Studios. Okay, the gentleman sitting next to me, his business name is way too long and hard for me to pronounce. So sitting next to me is Jose Torres, and the name of the company, I get the first part, which is El Patio. What's the rest?
El Patio de los Domis.
All right, where'd that name come from?
Well,
Or what does it mean?
I'll tell you what it means.
Okay,
Well, for us Dominicans, when you're going to DR, you say, I'm going to El Patio in Spanish. Voy para el patio.
okay.
So automatically, that's a Dominican thing, El Patio. And I was also, raised, and I have friends that are Puerto Ricans, and they're called Dominicans, Los Domis. So I put them both together, and I said, when the Dominicans go to the food truck, we're going to El Patio, and the Puerto Ricans will say, we'll go to the Vamos pan de los Domis.
Okay, but
So
you need something
I
more.
put them together, Patio de los Domis.
You need something like the food place, so people like me would know how to say it. Would know how to say it.
But then you wouldn't know where you're going to.
No, it's my life story. Okay, so my first question is why? It's a food truck, right?
Correct.
Why? Why did you decide to do a food truck?
Well, this type of business takes a lot of work, so you have to have a lot of passion for it. And I've always had a passion for cooking, and even though I always wanted to have something that had to do with a food truck, or with food, like a restaurant, anything that had to do with food. I did a lot of cooking for people at home. I used to cook a lot, and that's why I also put El Patio. I used to cook in the backyard at El Patio, you know?
Oh, okay.
So the name also came from there. And everybody always loved my food. And they said, you should open up your place, open up your place. I was raised in Rhode Island. Rhode Island is full of food trucks. A lot of whatever I sell, you can find it anywhere. Over here, it's hard to find. So I was like, every time I wanted to eat something good, I had to go either Orlando, Miami, West Palm Beach. And I was like, you know what? Port St. Lucie needs something like this.
Okay, so you say if you want something good, well, what do you make that's something good? So
Well,
I
our
won't
food,
understand when you say it, but we'll figure it out. So what kind of food do you make?
I sell, the typical, Dominican food that you will find that is native from Dominican Republic. Like, let's say the fresh rice and beans. The the meat that we cook it's my spice that comes from over there from my
Is it
homeland.
when you say spice? Is it spicy hot?
No, no, no. Our seasoning.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I don't really do well with spicy
No, no,
hot.
no, not spice. It's our
Okay.
seasoning. Yeah.
Okay, so my philosophy is if you're an entrepreneur, you're a little crazy. If you're an entrepreneur with a brick and mortar like I have here, you're even more crazy. But if you're an entrepreneur with a brick and mortar or anything in the food industry, you're really crazy. Because it's probably one of the toughest industries to be in.
I've gotten told that before.
Okay, so who works the food truck?
Right now it's me and I got two other guys and sometimes a third person to help me out. But normally 2 to 3 people working with me.
All right, we were talking about where your food truck is, but is it always there or do you move it to events?
It's stationed there. I moved to events and I've done a lot of caterings and stuff like that. And it depends. There's people that want the catering. They want me to bring them just the food, and a lot of people want me to bring them the food truck. Like for example, I've done a lot of caterings to the Mets Stadium, St. Lucie Mets.
Right.
And there's times when I've taken the food, and there's times when I've taken the food trucks. And they've also hired me to Jupiter. I go wherever you need me. Wherever you need me, I'm going.
All right, so I know that the food industry is really tough. And what are your hours?
My hours, I operate from Monday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays, I work from 11 to 10 p.m. I notify people when I move. Like, I notify through social media, and
Right.
I let people know that I won't be there that day. So unless I'm going on an event, I'm there.
And I'm gonna guess that you have a lot of regulars.
Yes, I do.
Okay. You start at 11. You said.
11 o'clock in the morning, correct?
Okay. Is it a breakfast or is it just?
No, it's we serve lunch and dinner. Yeah.
Okay. So, like, someone like me who's American and really doesn't know. I know rice and beans, of course, but how would I know what to pick or what to eat?
Well, that's when our customer service comes. You tell me, you tell me, I don't know what to eat. What can I get? And I'd ask you, what are you in the mood for? You want a sandwich? You want to have like a meal, like rice and beans? You want chicken, pork? What don't you like? You don't like pork? You don't like chicken?
I
Then
don't
I'll,
like spicy.
you know, no. None of our food is spicy. We have we have our house made sauces, which we have our garlic sauce that is really famous, and our hot sauce. It's all in house made by me, and you'll get something spicy if you want the hot sauce. None of our food is spicy unless you ask for it.
Well, you mentioned garlic sauce, and that's probably my favorite.
Well,
I love garlic.
you won't
and,
go wrong.
and I think I eat a lot of chicken. And it's only recently that I started eating a lot of rice and beans. But, when you're like me and always running, food trucks became a blessing because it keeps us out of the fast food restaurants, which food is not healthy at all.
I understand.
Okay. So, how long are you doing this?
I've been doing this. In March, I will have 4 years. We will have 4 years already.
Okay. So, there was an issue. Did you ever have any issues with supply chain getting stuff, getting food and stuff?
Not really. Little issues, but nothing that I couldn't get what I wanted. Like if not, I would have to go somewhere else to get it. But I've always been able to get my supplies.
Well, so this is what I see. You open 11 to 9, basically, and then 11 to 10. So you open 6 days a week.
Correct.
Where do you find time to prepare and shop?
Well, most of my orders get delivered.
Okay.
So I order and my orders get delivered. And we do prepping and the slow time. And there's times when I come in before work, I stay after work, and we prepare as we go because it all depends on how busy the week is. We need to keep everything fresh, so we prepare depending on the demand.
Is Friday night and Saturday night, that extra hour, profitable for you, for lack of a better word?
Yes.
Is that the busy time?
Yes.
Do people? So I know where you're at.
Right.
Okay, and I know there's some car dealerships there and stuff like that. Do you get business from them?
Yes, I do. I do. I do get a lot of businesses from the dealerships around.
Right.
I actually have a contract with a dealership that every other Saturday I go and I serve 100 of their employees.
Wow.
And yeah, so I go every Saturday from 11 to 2. Every other Saturday from 11 to 2. We're not there because we're at a dealership in Vero Beach. Toyota dealership. We're there every other Saturday, and we go there for about 3 hours.
So, and you serve 100 people approximately.
Correct.
That's a lot of prep work, I would think. I mean, I know that the food, I love to cook. And everybody said to me, why don't you become a chef or why don't you open a restaurant? And I said to myself, if I do that, it won't be as enjoyable as it is just to do for fun or just to do for family. I cook for my wife and I bring her food and I say, how was it? And she says, how bad could it be? Someone cooked it and brought it to me. But she also has time, every so often she'll say, but don't make it again. Okay? So I know that it's not something that she liked. But I try all kinds of different recipes. Where'd your recipes come from?
Me.
You made up all your recipes?
Yes, I used to. I don't know. You do something and then you start something else different. What I was really good at, I used to make a lot of like soups, like Dominican soup, like sancochos and asopao, which is like it's a mixture of different meats and stuff in it. I used to do that a lot, and I used to do a lot of rotisserie pork and chicken. But then I started doing fried. Like I went on a different. But I was like, from the beginning, I was like, the simple, the better.
Right.
So I kept my seasoning simple, and it worked. And I used it on everything, and everything came out good. So why change it? So everything that I used to do before, obviously, when it becomes a business, you got to do a little different. You got to have a formula because everything has to come out the same. So I make sure I tweaked it a little bit, but it's the same thing that I used to do before, but with a actual like recipe, so that I know that every time it's the same. It's a formula.
Well, you sound like me prior to doing this, because I just throw stuff in and wouldn't write it down, and I just remember.
Oh no, it was a mess out there. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna put this together, but I did. And people love our food. Like if you look us up in Google, Facebook, you can look us up anywhere. You'll see great things about us.
So, do you write your recipes down, or you just know them in your head?
Nah, I can't write it down.
Why?
Cause well, there was one guy one time that when I first started, he liked my food and he came several times and he kept asking me like he was Dominican. He was asking me questions about my seasoning and I was like, listen, let me tell you something. For in order for you to get my recipe, you will have to be a scientist. You will have to go inside me because I have everything in my head and there's a reason why I have it there.
Well, I mean,
At least my recipe has to be there because I know nobody can touch it.
and I think in every industry, I had someone who worked for me, and I taught her this industry, which would be like you teaching a recipe. And then when I had my heart attack, she went out and called all my people. So that would be like you telling somebody else your recipes, and then them opening a food truck or whatever.
I'll be more than welcome to sell it. Yeah,
Do
I will sell it. I won't give it away though.
you have any kids?
Yes, I have 3 kids.
Do they work with you?
No, not yet. I have an 18-year-old. He actually lives out of the country.
Okay.
I have a 14-year-old. You know, she's busy with school, and then my little one, he's 6. So,
You don't have them working yet?
huh?
You don't have them working yet?
Not yet. Not
Okay.
yet.
It's interesting because I think we interview a lot of people, and it's interesting the family dynamic of who brings their kids to work and who doesn't. Would you want your kids to take over the food truck at some point in time, or do you want them to do something else, or what do they want?
Well, as a parent, you will always want, if you have a business, for your kids to actually take over us. But then at the same time, you want them to pick what they want to do because you don't want. I don't want them at the food truck if that's not what they want.
Right.
You know. So like, I let them pick. If they want to help me, they're more than welcome. But if they're not, then I don't feel like. Because the thing is, it's like what I do it with a passion. Like I go to work and I go happy. I don't
Right.
go to work. I go to see family. Like my customers are not customers. You come first. Once you hit El Patio de los Domis, you become a family. And when I serve food, I'm dying for them to have it there because we have seating area. You know why? Because I want to ask them, how's the food?
Right.
Because I cook for you to tell me that I cook good.
Right.
And I'm gonna ask you, and I wanna. I'm waiting for that.
And I like my mom. I have no filter, so when I have food trucks come through and whatever, and I go there or I eat their food, and they ask me, and I tell them the truth. If if there's something I don't like, I say I don't like it. I and sometimes I say I don't like it because you can't like everything. Okay,
That's true.
I reviewed a lot of restaurants. I'm not big into fish, so when they asked me, I said, "Yeah, I really don't like it." That doesn't mean because I don't like it, it's bad.
Yeah, it's something that
Because
you don't
someone
like.
else might like it,
Yeah.
and unless you like fish, you're not going to get a good response from me because I don't eat fish. It's not my thing. Um, I'm a big chicken eater. I can tell you that this chicken's good, that chicken's good, this chicken's not good. And I'll be the first to say it. And I won't say it to be mean. I'll say, hey, you know what? I didn't like it. It didn't have this flavor or that flavor. Because you as an owner want to know.
Yeah, I have a perfect example of about that too. This week, a customer went on Monday. Yeah, he went on Monday. He had our Dominican burger, 2 meals, and he came back yesterday, and he told me yesterday, oh, that the burger wasn't his thing because it wasn't something that it was like for him,
Right.
but the other guy loved it, and he wanted to get another one yesterday. So yesterday I was like, you know what? I got you. So what is that you like? You know, he told me, oh no, I'm more. It's not that it was bad. It's just that I'm more like a rice and beans and like more like a house food type of. I'm like, okay, then I got you. So yesterday, I made our which is also a famous plate over there, fried pork with rice and beans. And he said, let me get 2 of those. So he went back today and he asked for 5.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know if that tells you something, you know. And he said it.
Yeah,
It's
it
not that
tells
it was
me-
bad. It's just that it's not like I'm not a burger. You know, it
No,
happened.
right.
That's why he's not a burger person.
Right. If I went and reviewed a restaurant and they bought a fish dish, I don't like fish. I don't eat fish. And I'll tell them. Now, my wife likes fish, and, when we go review restaurants, she usually, because they bring out a ton of stuff for us, and she usually tastes the fish because she likes fish.
Yeah.
And she can make a better decision and choice than I can. But nobody likes everything. You can't like everything.
That's true.
Do you have any specials that you run?
Well, we have our chicken on sale and like our fried chicken, but it's something that we change around. Like just there's times when we don't have sales. There's times that we have sales just to like get people like to try different things.
Right,
Normally we do sales when we want people to try something,
right,
which I don't really change my plate because my plates. I normally stay with what I have because like I said, it's nice and simple, and people love what I make.
right,
So why change it?
right.
You know.
I totally agree. We're getting to the top of our time. How do people find you? So where is your truck located most of the time?
Okay, our truck is located at in front of Best Smith Toyota, 3343 South US Highway 1 in Fort Pierce, right where the same parking lot where the Aztec Graphic is at.
Okay.
That's
If
where we're looking.
you had, I know you take pride in what you do. What's your favorite dish there?
Well, we have this plate there. It's I don't know if you heard before mofongo.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a big fan of mofongo, and we have one that is called mofongo el patio, which is we mash the mofongo with which for people that don't know is we fry the plantains and we mash it in our garlic sauce, our house garlic sauce, not just garlic. And we also make that particular mofongo we mash it with our pork rinds, pork crackling, which we're really known for that. We have great reviews and people love it. We mash it with the pork crackling, and then we also give you the shrimp and garlic sauce on the side. And the garlic sauce uh, with a combination of the plantain, it just goes really good.
So the shrimp is my thing, though I don't like regular shrimp and
You'll love my
lobster.
shrimp, guaranteed.
But the plantains and the crackling, that's my wife's thing. She loves those two things. She loves plantains, and I'm not a fan of plantains. And again, not everybody likes the same thing, but she loves. I would stop and pick up plantains and bring them home for her so she can take it to work the next day. But you added the crackle stuff, and that's another one of her favorites.
Yeah,
So
so
you put two things that she loves together, it's pretty amazing.
man, and with the garlic sauce, I'm telling you, I take pride in what I do. Like I know that I sell good food because I cook from the heart. Like I know what I do.
Guys, I'm going to tell you that when I get back on the air, either in the next couple of days, I would have been to their place and I will give you my follow up. But I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you very much.
Everybody, it was a pleasure. Check them out, and we'll be right back.